Hi everyone, welcome back. I've been making some snippets or lengths of snippets for some of my ladies to use and for myself to use. I do a group at the local craft shop of making junk journals or things to go in junk journals as well, and we're doing a group together, but the ladies wanted to do a journal that had 2 signatures in, 2 or more. So my stitching isn't very straight on that one, but it still works okay. So these are the 2 I've done. So I do one with the ladies and then I prepare one to show them, if you know what I mean. So this was what we did last week. It's the hinged booklet using paper, material, tabs, you know, anything, where you do 3 pieces, then 2, then 3. There's loads of tutorials on these. So that's what we did last week. So I said, right, in the next month's group meeting, we will do a snippet to use as a belly band. So this is the one I've prepared already. So our booklets can just slot under there. And the piece that I cut off this length, because obviously it was too long, I just use as a little pocket under there. So that's what I can show them. And then this is the one I shall work with them. In fact, I've already put that one as a pocket, not as a belly band. And that's another little booklet I did with them. So at group next month, or rather in January, because we're not meeting in December, we will do one of these on the back page of our journals. So I'll just put those aside, and these are some I've already made. I did these while watching TV the other night, all except for the sewing machine. So I'll put a slot of photograph, if I can, of what these looked like without the stitching on. But I definitely think the stitching makes them. And it is all using scraps except for like the butterflies and the words. All the material, the bits of paper, bits of ribbon, bits of serviette. This is when I cut a top up that I got from the charity shop. All these bits. Serviette, bit of hessian. This I was given in a swap. It was a length of crocheted flowers. Just cut 2 off. And then once I've done the stitching, I put some buttons on. Where these buttons came from, I've no idea, but they're like pumpkin faces. They had a shank on, which I cut off with the craft knife. So I think they look quite good. I tried to stick to, you know, a colourway. So obviously pink. That's the sort of bluey green, yellow, lilac and blue. Blues and purples and pinks. And again, yellow. And I keep a box like this, literally with scraps in. Just bits of material that, you know, just like that. Bits of ribbon, offcuts, they all just get thrown on to the snippet and put on, stitched on to secure it all. So I'm going to make one. I have done a video on this before. So I use offcuts of cardboard like this. So I'll use the white one. And then I put book page on just as a sort of base. Just tear it. And I'm going to tear another piece just to go down there, like so, and then I'll just put 2 pieces at the bottom here. It doesn't matter about the writing being upside down because you're not really going to see any of this anyway. So I just use a glue stick. And because you're stitching it on the machine, it doesn't have to be glued down to perfection. Just put another strip of glue down there. I'll just hang it over the edge a little bit, and then some more glue here, just for these last two bits, like so. That'll all be covered up, so that doesn't matter, but I will stick that piece on anyway, just to use it up. Right, so just then decide. I think with this one I shall stick to, I've got some blue serviettes, so should we stick to blues? I think these are the second generation of napkins. You know when you decoupage napkins onto a board? This is just the under piece. So I'm going to use some of these as the next base. I do like doing these because they're just a great way of using all sorts of scraps up, literally. Don't want any straight edges sticking out there, so I'm just going to put that on and that there. And a bit down at the bottom corner. Any bits that you don't like, if they're sticking out, you can just pull off. Right, let's see if I can find some butterflies that are a suitable colour. Most of these I think in here are pink, but there is there any white ones? There's a white one, and that one will do. In fact, I'll have two the same there and one there. So 3 there. Then any bits of material, let's see what we've got in the, I've already pulled a few bits out. I've got some bits of lace, so I'll just put a bit of glue on the bottom of there. Have it sticking out over the edge a little bit, and then put my butterfly on. Find another piece of material. Got some black sort of webbing there. Let's put that down, and I'll just put it under that lace there. Trouble is with this glue, you end up with it all stuck to your fingers. What I do like to do sometimes is just put a little piece of ribbon or material sticking over the edge, and then you can attach a bulb pin to the side. So I'm going to just stick that down there, and then make sure I do stitch through that to secure it like that, and then you can put a bulb pin or a safety pin, anything on top of there. Use some hessian. Some of that there. Just tuck the butterfly underneath it. Sorry, put the butterfly over the top of it, and I'll put another piece down the bottom here. These scissors aren't the sharpest, I'm afraid. And put the butterfly over there. Now, see, any bits of material like this, just use them all up. Get them all just stuck on. Literally, the tiniest of scraps of material. Just get them all used up. That's what I say. Even bits of hessian, just the stringy bits, they can all just be stitched through your sewing machine, just for a bit of texture. Bit of cheesecloth here. Look at all this, bits of cotton. I think these were when my sewing machine was playing up, and I literally just stuck them on and stitched through on the sewing machine like that. Put a few more bits, scrappy bits of lace like this. Stick it all on the top like that. Right, let's find some words. Let's just shove all these back into the box. Oh, there's some purple lace. No, mind you, we're sticking more to blues, so I'll not bother with that. Right, let's find some words now, or definitions I've got from Artie May's definitions labels. Timeless and courage. Now, I do like to ink the edges when I'm doing these. Just makes them pop out a little bit more, I think. So let's just stick that there. And we'll put this one down there. And have I got an envelope? Yeah, I've got some Tracy Fox tiny tags. What I was thinking of doing was just putting one there and putting a word on. There is some little words on here, little tiny words. Let's see what there is. That's blank. That's blank. That's blank. Let's just see. Daydream. I can see a tiny one there. So let's just stick these on, and then I'll just take it to the sewing machine, and you can see the difference it makes with a bit of stitching on. So that's it. And you see what I mean? It's literally using scraps, which I think is great. Tiniest of bits of scraps like this. I'm just going to put a little bit more of this serviette, and I'm going to sort of screw it up a bit just on top of the Hessian like that. What do you think? I think it'll look better with the stitching on, so I'm just going to go to the sewing machine and quickly stitch that. Okay, I'm back with this zigzag stitched on the machine, and I've started at the top in the middle, down the edges, right the way around the edge, and then sort of weaved down the middle, and that more or less secures everything. Everything, you know, stuck down and stitched. So then I just pull the threads through to the back, tie them in a knot, and then I'm going to get my button box out to just, if there's any gaps that you don't like, you can just fill them in with a button. And it does cause a little bit of bulk in your journal, so you have to be aware of that. But I think it looks nice. So, and I've got tons of buttons, so I'll just snip those ends off, and let's just get my button box. Oh, that's the wrong one, typically. Sorry about that. I always usually like to have everything ready. So I'm just looking at it now to see where I think we could have a button, and I think one place would be good in the middle of the Hessian there. Now this box, I sat one night and tied twine through the buttonholes. Just gives a bit of extra. So I'm going to glue a couple on just to show you. Now this is 3-in-1. There we go. Which I find is the best, most secure glue to use onto fabric. So let's just pick a couple more. Let's put one up there, and I'll put one round here somewhere. That's fine. I'll put it there right in the middle. In fact, I am going to put another one on there. Let's just see. I don't think that looks okay, quite a big one. Just going to stick that there, and it'll also anchor some of that cotton down. So that's another snippet done, and like I say, a perfect way of using all your little scraps of stuff. And you've got your loop there that you can put a little bulb pin with a dangle, and that could hang over the edge of your page. So thanks for joining me today. I'd love you to be a subscriber, and I'd love you to leave me a comment and tell me what you think. And I shall see you next time. Bye.